So dictionaries, let's use this part at the bottom. To create a dictionary, how do we do it? Do you guys remember? I know we created one earlier.
Key value pair and the curly brackets.
Yep, key value pair. So let's say dictionary for languages, right? And we're going to make it empty. Yeah, let's not make it empty. Let's just put stuff in there. So let's say for 1 should be equal to, I don't really know French, so let's just keep it to English. 1, and then 2 will be equal to 2. Here you go. So this dictionary has 2 values. What am I using? Equal to? No. Oh. There you go. So I've created that dictionary of languages. If I want to print it, all I have to do is print. And it's going to output. Oh, close it. Jeez. Yeah, this is what happens when you switch. And I can't spell. Good. Print 1 and 2. And it looks good. If I wanted to print just what is in 2, all I have to do is do that same 1. And pick out the particular key that I want to print from. In this case, 2. And it's going to print just 2. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But what if I change this? Instead of entering the key, which is 2, I enter the value. What do I get?
Guessing error.
That's right. It gives me an error because it does not have that key. It does not know the key.
I was guessing.
Very good. Very good guess. So we can go ahead and also find the length of our dictionary. How do we know the size of that dictionary? To get the length of the dictionary, we just use a length function. Now it should tell us the length of dictionary is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. So what do we do if we want to check if there's a particular key in the dictionary? To check again, we'll use the very in. Say, for instance, let's say 3 in dictionary of languages. And let's also try 2 in dictionary of languages. Should be able to tell. Oh, I keep forgetting I need to print it. If I don't do print, it's going to print just the last one. Yep. False and true. Because there's no 3 in our dictionary, but there's 2 in our dictionary. Sounds good?
Mm-hmm.
And we can go ahead and also print. Let me see what else is in there. Accessing that, modifying dictionary values. Let's go ahead and change the values, for instance. We want to change the value of 1. We can go ahead and do dictionary language. 1 should now be, we also do dictionary, see, languages for 2. It's going to be good. And then go ahead and print that dictionary again. And we have good. Now, assigning these values is the same as just adding a new one. If I went ahead and did the same thing, and it's still going to work just fine. Even though I did not have that, I can use this to add key value, or I can also use add. So if I wanted to use add, let me go ahead and print out maybe the different functions for dictionary. Also a lot of them. Execute that. From keys, get items, and so on and so forth. So you can add the keys, you can check out values, and where is the add? It doesn't have add. That's interesting. So you can go ahead and also look through the dictionaries. We don't necessarily have to print it this way all the time. So to look through it, very similar to how we use our for loop,
mm-hmm.
You can go ahead and say for key in dictionary. Yep, there you go. For that key, what do we do? Any idea?
You want to get a value?
Yes.
You print. Okay. You print key.
Yep, I can print the key. And also print the value. How do I print the value?
Square bracket, then maybe what? Let me see.
So to print the value, I'll have to do dictionary and get that value by entering the key in it. Right?
Yep. Stop.
So it depends. In here, I'm assuming my key is, well, it doesn't matter if it's a string or not. So let's execute that. We have n, the 3.
So yeah, that's your value then, giving you there.
Now, if I want to print just the keys, the easiest way of doing it is just do, oops, get out of there, for item in dictionary is dot keys.
Mhm.
Now I'm picking up only the keys. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yes, no?
Yeah, I think I saw that function there too, as dot keys or something. Dot value.
Yeah, so there's dot keys and then there's also dot values.
And dot item as well. That gives you that page.
Exactly, dot items. So what happens? What do we do here? Any idea? Is that okay? Since
No,
it's
we
keys,
need to complete the statement, right?
compound statement. So
yeah.
use that.
Yeah.
And you should be able to now print. Actually, instead of item, let me just call it key. And
Okay.
so now I can print the key.
Mhm.
And also print the value. But let's just go ahead and print the key.
Mhm.
I wanted the value. I'll go ahead and do the same thing. And do just the value.
Mhm.
And call this value. So now I have my keys and my values separate. So you can decide to go and iterate just over the keys or
Mhm.
iterate over the values and so on and so forth. And in that same way, you can check if a key exists. You can also retrieve all the values and so on and so forth. You can
Mhm.
count them. You can add them. Each time you're iterating to, go ahead and say this plus the next one or the previous one and so on and so forth. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Everybody good so far?
Uh,
It's a lot, and we've already got over time today. Unfortunately, it's just getting practice. Now, if you see something like that out there, it shouldn't be too scary for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so again, if you look, for instance, let's say we're looking at movies. Let's check out this movie schedule. In here, you have your current movies. This movie is showing at this time. That movie is showing at that time. And if we want to see the showing of a particular movie, we go ahead and print them out. Otherwise, we go ahead and ask, what movie would you like the show for, or the show time for?
Mhm.
When you go ahead and you enter that value, that's a movie, we're going to get the current movies in here and get the particular time. So in this case, we're using the get function. If there's no movie in there, movie is not playing. Otherwise, the movie is playing at the show time, which is what is pulled from that movie.
Mhm.
So this gives you a good idea. Again, remember, curly braces is for, let me go back to, where is it? Curly braces is for dictionaries. And let's make this bigger.
Square bracket is for list.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Square bracket is for
Nice.
list. Parentheses is for tuples. Curly braces is also for sets. Sets, you don't really use them that much. You mostly want to use them if you just want to get unique values from a list and so on. But you can always transfer each one from another. Sounds good?
So in the dictionary, if you could go back to the movie example, please.
Okay.
So the key is the movie name.
Exactly. So the movie name has to be unique.
Yeah, and you have your value as the time. So we can actually maybe bracket or whatever. I don't know what is bracket or the square bracket, and then we can have the time of the movie, the author of the movie, maybe a classification of that movie.
Exactly. Yep. You can have, now you're thinking in the light of what I was showing you earlier when we had, let's see. Nope, I can't find it. When I was talking about, there you go, the question here, right? So we can have a list that has just our languages. And then we can have a dictionary that has all the attributes of our language.
Exactly, because you can have an employee that has multiple language skills.
Exactly.
As part of that value.
There you go. And then you can have the nested list in there and so on. And then what you need then is maybe an array or a tuple that has the number of questions, because that's never going to change. So you just said question 1 is this, question 2 is that. And then based on the answer, if the answer is true or false, you have a conditional if else if statement that tells you where to go from what direction. Sounds good? So imagine if you had to do this without data structures. You have to have so many different variables and it'll be very challenging to keep track of them.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Let's see. Our next class is strings and files. Okay, great. So yeah, we'll be able to do strings and files and then jump into object-oriented programming. But what we have been doing today and earlier has some object-oriented programming in it. So that's the functions part. Functions are part of object-oriented programming. We'll talk more about it when we actually get to that next week. Sounds good? All right,
Yeah.
so questions, comments, concerns before I let you go. We've gone over our time very well today. But this is a very difficult topic to get it completed in one day. I'm glad that we're able to do it, but I know that you have a lot of questions. So use the forum on Google Classroom, ask away your questions. I'll try to make another short video to try to go over a few examples so that we can really solidify everything that we did, because we were unable to get to our example with the math lab, but I might be able to record that and send it to you. Obviously, we started talking about complex data types, which are put into structures. We talked about sequences, arrays, tuples, lists, and strings. We also talked about collections, sets, and dictionaries, and we had some practice. So throughout, we made quite a few mistakes, and we're able to debug that. Debugging is very important. So without much ado, any questions you have, reach out to me. I'll do my best to answer them. And thank you very much. That's it for today. Yes, question. You're on mute. I thought, Blazer, you just raised your hand.
Well, let me ask on behalf.
No.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Fabian. Ask on his
Yes,
behalf.
I saw that when you are on Visual Studio or
Yeah.
on Anaconda, you get to the beginning of the line. What command do you use to copy that entire line?
Okay, let's get back to it and see. So in Visual Studio right here.
Yes. You
So
wanted to copy the whole of line 3, paste in
Okay.
line 4. Is it
So line
command B?
3, in whenever you're trying to navigate in a cell or in a text document, when you click once, your cursor gets placed where you click. If you click twice, double click, you select the word.
Yeah.
If you triple click, you select the sentence.
Okay.
And then you can use Control-C to copy and Control-V to paste.
But there is a way to duplicate, right?
Yes, there's a way to duplicate. I usually use Visual Studio a lot, but that reminds me, actually, there is a cheat sheet that I was supposed to share with you guys. Let me go ahead, VS Code, shortcuts. There you go. Yeah, that was a really nice one. There it is. So here are some shortcuts that can definitely help you. I know in Visual Studio, I usually do, what is it? I think it's Control-Z to duplicate the line, but I haven't tried it here. So in here, let me go ahead and search for duplicate. So, oh, it doesn't have duplicate. That's interesting. Okay, copy line down. Okay, Shift Alt down. That's what we need to use. So let me go ahead, Shift Alt down. Nope, it doesn't work for me because, oh, never mind.
Are you on Mac?
Yep, it works. I'm on a Mac. That's right. So yeah, Shift Alt down. I'll go ahead and share this with you guys.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Yep, so I'll share it in our class forum, definitely. Yep, all these shortcuts are very useful. But the problem is when you start switching between IDEs, it becomes challenging. So I only use Visual Studio Code if I'm doing Python. Otherwise, I'm using Visual Studio, and for SQL, I'm using SSMS or what you call it, Adobe Studio. Sorry, Azure Data Studio. All right, so very good question. Any more questions before we call it a day? All right, no more questions. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you guys next weekend.